Hi, I'm James. I'm the owner of EagleDef, which is based out of Sacramento, California. I was a cop for a little while, I was like in the Army for a little while. Kind of gave all that up, I just kind of didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to grow my beard and sleep in a lot more, and now I'm trying to make it on my own as an instructor and like a bunch of other side hustle things that don't require me to have a real job. If you would like to support a former police officer and an Army veteran, please hit that little subscribe button so at some point I can start getting them YouTube monies. Hey! Also check out the Instagram at EagleDef, and also check out my Facebook. Is going to NRA Basic Instructor worth it? I say no. So that was the video that I cut back in 2016 based on my NRA rifle instructor class experience in 2009, and then I took pistol instructor about 2010-ish or so. For the most part, I do still stand firm that it is just an administrative prerequisite. Most guys are taking it because they need it for CCW instructor prereqs, or because they need it in California to be a DOJ instructor, so to give the test that you have to take before you can buy a handgun, you have to be an instructor for that. So that makes sense. My NRA certification is expired in 2017. I didn't renew them. So from 2017 to this is July of 2020, I went without any NRA anything, and I did just fine. CCW instruction, all this other stuff, because I had already met my prereqs. I wasn't teaching NRA. I haven't taught an NRA class in years. I have no intentions to teach an NRA class because I don't like the format they tell me to use. I retook the NRA pistol instructor course in July of 2020, so this month, this year, because I'm working with the Scouts. And in order to do like range stuff or shooting stuff with Venture Scouts or with I think the Weeblos and all that stuff, you have to be NRA instructor certified. Now, from the Scout standpoint, it makes sense because the NRA, to their credit, is the only nationally recognized program for instruction. So when you're dealing with a national organization like the Scouts, it makes sense for them to go, hey, we're a huge national organization. We need a standardized way that everyone in every state, in every district or whatever is going to teach these kids how to handle firearms. Okay, that makes perfect sense. But if you're just like a private dude looking to do classes on your own, bro, you don't need it. Does anyone care if Travis Haley is or is not NRA instructor certified? Does anyone care if Kyle Lamb or Pat McNamara? Does anyone care if those dudes are NRA instructor certified? I don't give a damn. If Todd Jarrett was going to teach a pistol class, are you going to go, bro, I'm not going to take this guy's class. He's not NRA pistol instructor certified. Overall, in my personal opinion, the NRA program wants you to treat shooters like babies. The NRA specifically says, do not use the word weapon. Now, if you're a dude like me coming from a military and a law enforcement background, that's heresy. That's blasphemy. Like, it's a weapon. That's what it is. But the NRA doesn't want you to use that. I think that's a real pussyfoot way to do business. I don't like that. That's why I don't teach NRA classes. To the NRA's credit, they now say that there's not really a time, so they give an estimated time standard, like this class under normal circumstances should take this long, but you train to standard, not to time. I love that. That was not in the curriculum when I originally took it, over a decade ago. So that improvement I adore. The curriculum now has way better concepts. The concepts are a lot more, they're not as stringent on like how to do things. It's a lot more of, here's the concepts we want you to teach. Here's what we want you to understand while you're teaching those concepts. Go forth and do good things. Groovy. But overall, it is a lot more like an apprenticeship in that they are teaching you the way that they want you to do it. And that some people like that, some people don't. But again, you have to understand that it is a nationally recognized program. And in that nationally recognized program, you're going to get people from all walks of life going, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that. Maybe, maybe not. Here's a sidebar comment I'm just going to throw out there. How valid is a written exam if you can find the answers to the written exam online with a simple Google search, and it's an open book test at the end? The NRA instructor written exam, Google it. Google it right now. If you want to take the NRA instructor course, Google the freaking exam answers. They're on there, kids, and it's an open book test. Guys, what are we doing? I'm kind of 50-50 mixed on how I feel about people without instructor experience taking an instructor course. It is what it is. I will say years ago when I took the class, the rifle instructor class, there was a dad in there who was going to work with the scouts, and the reason he was taking that class is because no one else was going to step up and fill that role within that troop or that district or whatever. So he's like, screw it, I'll go take this class. I want these kids to shoot guns, even though he had no experience. That's cool, and that's freaking outstanding initiative, but he was only planning on staying within that bubble of the scouts. He wasn't, charging people an arm and a leg. He wasn't going into the private sector. He just wanted to stay within that little NRA bubble for teaching the scouts. Great. God bless you. I hope you're still doing great things. I think that what I have the most problems with, and this isn't really the NRA's fault, is all the instructors out there that are still using their basic level instructor certification to teach stuff that's beyond the course. You'll still have dudes that are teaching defensive pistol, but they're not even defensive pistol certified, and they have no background in defensive pistol. They just go, oh, I'm going to teach you how to win a gunfight, and I have this NRA pistol instructor certification and years of just shooting guns that says I know how to teach you how to win a gunfight. That's the biggest problem I have with the course. But again, that's not the NRA's fault. That has nothing to do with the instructor curriculum. That's just shitty business people. Their multimedia that they're using is way better. So they have way better updated slides. A lot of their publications are still really spot on, and that is changed so much. Their slides are top notch. The way that they break things down, it's super top notch. But if you look at like the instructor lesson plan, just the lesson plan itself, look at the marketing and advertising piece of the instructor lesson plan. Bro, that is some boomer level, like an ad in the radio, a newspaper ad. There's nothing in there about social media, Instagrams, attracting your audience through Facebook. There's nothing in there about social media or digital marketing. So, hey NRA, you think we can update that just a little? I've never used a printed advertisement. Everything I do is online with Facebook, my website, and Instagram. I'm kind of killing the game right now. No pun intended. Okay, maybe. It still really depends on what you're looking to get out of it. If you're working for a dude who's been teaching you like side stuff here and there, like they've been teaching you some different ways to teach essentially, or if you already have some level of a teaching background, for sure take the instructor course, because you're going to need that for a lot of prerequisites, especially if you're looking at getting into contract work. A lot of contracts for instructors mandate you have to be NRA instructor certified. You can and can't fail depending on your definition. So there is a written exam you have to take, and there's a course of fire you have to pass. But it's an open book exam, and the answers are literally online. They are on the NRA instructor webpage. That's a thing. I know, because I looked it up, and I used those answers to take the written test. That was on the official NRA instructor website. So, again, what's the value of that? And there is a course of fire. It's not hard. You basically have to shoot a standard, like, barbecue paper plate from, I think it was 20 feet away with 20 rounds. And I don't believe there was a time limit. I can't recall. I just shot and passed on the first time, because I've been shooting pistols since I was 17 professionally. Ta-da! So it really depends on what you want to do. It's not a tac course at all. If you're trying to learn like all these cool tactical drills, no, bro. It's a basic level instructor course. They do a really good job of teaching like public speaking skills and some teach back here and there and some spontaneous group work. So in that sense, in an 8-hour block of instruction, yeah, it's pretty good. But it's understand that just like with any instructor course, it's not an end all. You're not supposed to just take what little you learn out of an instructor course and go, oh, I know everything. I've been teaching firearms classes since about 2009 or 10 professionally, on top of stuff I did as a cop, on top of stuff I did in the Army. So I'm still constantly changing, learning, and evolving, because I understand that one class isn't the end all be all for my instructor knowledge. So take it for what it's worth. But damn, bro, out here in Cali, it's like $300. So, what's it worth to you?